shots fired. I got a subject down. Put your hands down!
May 27th, Memorial Day weekend 2012. A peaceful day spent fishing with the family, but by 3 the next morning, Sebastian Gregory says he was restless.
I couldn't sleep.
So he went for a walk, not knowing it would be the last time he'd walk normally. He grabbed a t-ball bat like this for protection, he says from bullies he knew from school.
They basically wanted to beat me up.
What we know is this. Gregory wore a scully cap and dark cargo pants as he walked down this Kendall Street. An aluminum t-ball bat like this one, 25 inches long, tucked into his pants. On top, he wore an extra large t-shirt. Miami-Dade police officer Luis Manuel Perez stopped him, ordered him to the ground, hand showing. Gregory complied. Minutes later, the officer opened fire, shooting him in the back. The question is, why?
There was nothing I would have done differently because I was exactly doing what he told me. That's the thing, there was nothing I could do differently.
This is what the state attorney's office investigation reveals after a 2-year investigative period.
Attorney Richard De La Fera, who has represented the Gregorys in the past, calls the investigation shoddy. Prosecutors say they didn't even have the basics, like these crime photos, which the police gave to us, but not them.
It's not clear to me from this report exactly what occurred in reality.
Unclear, De La Fera says, because the story shifts over time. Police records the night of the shooting blame the time and the manner Gregory appeared.
That sounds like police harassment.
A subsequent document says the officer stopped Gregory because he saw a bulge in his clothing. Later, another cites a rash of burglaries in the area. In fact, Miami-Dade PD's own stats show burglaries within a 1-mile radius of where Gregory was stopped were down by 75% from 2 months before. In a sworn statement, 5 months after the shooting, the story continues to evolve. Now Officer Perez says he stopped Gregory because he saw something shiny.
They're trying to make the facts fit a theory that the officer was justified in what he did.
Perez says after the teen was face down on the ground, he stopped to call for backup before cuffing him. That, Perez says, is when Gregory grabbed the shiny metallic object and Perez shot him because he was in fear for his life. Attorney Michael Filer represents the Gregorys.
If proper procedure is followed, you know what? Sebastian is handcuffed. The bat he had on him for his own protection is taken out of his pants.
And Filer says he does not get shot. We tried to ask Officer Perez about the shooting. Can you tell me why you did shoot him 9 times? You can't help me at all here, sir.
Have a good day.
Gregory says his days are filled with pain.
It's a constant pain that never goes away. It's 24/7.
The bullets damaged several organs. Fragments too risky to remove remain in his liver and close to his spine, but after months of painful therapy, he can walk short distances. Now, he says, investigators are trying to brand him a juvenile delinquent.
They're trying to vilify me just for they could say that he was justified in shooting me 9 times in the back.
Police describe Gregory's criminal history as extensive, including no contest pleas to 2 counts of damaging property worth over $1,000 and 2 misdemeanor concealed weapons charges, neither involving a gun. Officer Perez had arrested him weeks earlier for having a concealed bat and 2 8-inch knives, charges that were dropped.
He knew the kid to be a vandal.
The report also says Gregory was a documented member of the South Park Nation gang, presumably named after the animated TV show.
Come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine.
Gregory never got to tell investigators his side of the story.
I'm flabbergasted by that.
They apparently weren't interested.
He was shot, and nobody even bothered to say, can you tell us what happened?
State Attorney spokesperson Ed Griffith said by email, "We interview witnesses, not criminal defendants." But Gregory is charged with no crime. Prosecutors found Officer Perez was legally justified when he shot Sebastian Gregory. No criminal charges will be filed. Amalia and Andres Gregory are Sebastian's parents.
For me, that action is not justified because my son had 9 holes in the back.
I asked me so many times, why you can shoot so many times? I mean, you can shoot only once if you feel threatened or something.
The last time a Florida cop faced criminal charges in a shooting was in 1989. Former Assistant State Attorney David Rank thinks he knows why.
Do you think the state attorney's office wants to prosecute police officers?
I do not.
Why not?
I think that it creates bad feeling between the prosecutor's office and the police.
Rank says when he questioned whether a police shooting was justifiable in 2004, he was removed from the case.
What message is the state attorney sending?
They're not going to prosecute.
And what does that tell the police officer?
They can shoot at will.